and welcome to another episode of Tracy Takes
Hi.
On, where we talk about all things politics. I'm joined by my two panelists, Charles and Talisha. Guys, wave hello to the audience.
Hi.
Hello. So we're going to get right to it. There is a whole lot to talk about, and I'm pretty sure I won't get to everything. I want to talk about first the resignation that I literally didn't think was going to happen, but Andrew Cuomo finally had to resign after his whole "I'm innocent" and thing. I have a lot of thoughts about this one. I'm gonna let you guys go first because I got a long rant about this
one. Well, my problem is always usually with Blue MAGA. Sorry, Charles. It's with Blue MAGA because everything out of their mouth was Bud Trump, Bud Trump, Bud Trump. I don't care. Trump's not in office anymore. Don't be like them. I don't care who's in your party and what they allow in their party. Our party, for now, is not tolerating that mess. It's not okay. And it actually pisses me off that the thing that got him was the harassment and not the death of 15,000 people. So he needs to go into jail and he needs to never be heard from again. They said him resigning is allowing him to possibly have a future career. And what?
Charles, you were going to say something before I just totally lose it today on this one.
Well, I just think the party, I mean, as pathetic as the GOP party is, they stick together, okay? They understand what's going on. Now, I don't expect anything to go anything further than him resigning. These charges or these investigation of charges and criminal and civil, they're going to disappear, just like they do in all these scandals. They just wanted him out of office. I don't understand, okay, why did they stop the impeachment investigation? Because they could have still voted for him not to be able to run in any type of office. So
exactly,
I don't know why they changed that. Then maybe they gonna see how he fares out here and see if they rehabilitate his image. As far as the deaths go, I mean, I don't think he let people die. I think he underreported, but most of these.
Oh, he let people die, definitely.
He let people die.
How did he let them die?
Okay.
They were going to die anyway.
You take this one, because I could go, but you know more about it than I do.
So first of all, he cut the Medicaid during the pandemic. That's number one. So automatically people died. But a proven case was he literally pulled all the COVID-19 positive seniors out of the hospitals and sent them back to the nursing home with vulnerable elderly people who not necessarily had the disease, and 15,000 seniors died. And then on top of that, he gave immunity to the hospitals and the nursing home facilities, so they would not be able to be sued by the family. So it was a double whammy, and then he took bribes from them.
Okay, I didn't realize that happened.
Yeah, that was like, no, he killed them. Basically.
So why isn't he being investigated for that? Why?
Because the old and the poor don't matter. I'm sorry, Tracy, you go ahead.
No, I'm gonna answer your question and then go on my rant, because the New York legislators, Democrats, are just like the regular Democrats. They full of garbage. First of all, we should take our focus off of these sexual harassment charges. They are serious. I don't want to downplay them. I don't want to make them seem like they're not important. However, it should be more concerning to people that 15,000 people lost their lives for literally no reason at all.
Absolutely.
The Democratic Party didn't see fit to investigate him because they were taking the same bribes that he was taking.
Absolutely.
Essentially, they all need to be impeached. And I'm not just talking about New York, I'm talking about everywhere.
not impeached. They need to be criminally charged, okay?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I understand
Absolutely.
why that's not happening.
And the reason that they're not charging him with something is because, Charles, you said it. They're hoping that the public, that something else happens that's bigger, and give about 5 years, because he'll be 68, so he won't be old. Give it 5 years, people forget about it, and then they'll just say, you know what? We had it good when he was in office. That's what they're hoping for. That's why they don't stand up to him, because they're in the same pot of crap that he's in.
There was one lone assemblyman. Oh, go ahead.
I think right now he's on the back page, or he's on page 8 now. He's not front page news. Already.
It wasn't really front page news when he was front page news. They literally talked about it so fast and skirted it under the rug. But there was one assemblyman, Ron Kim, who been banging this drum. He's been banging this drum since last April. His uncle, so it probably because it's personal, it's, it became a thing. But uncle in one of those nursing homes, and he ended up dying as a result of the negligence. And they had no recourse because of that lock-clad immunity agreement that Cuomo gave, that Mitch tried to use for all the corporations that were trying to force people back to work during a pandemic. And he was ringing that bell. He talked to David Sirota, a very prominent independent journalist. And I think he talked to Rising. I don't know if you ever used to watch Rising with Crystal and Sagar, but he talked to them and he broke it down, what he did. And when Cuomo tried to get him to cover for him, he told him he wouldn't. And then Cuomo tried to bully him. So then he took it to all the newspapers. Of course, corporate media ignored it like it wasn't happening. It all just kind of came out, I think, this last January, Tracy? But we were already almost at the 1 year mark before anything came of it. And they're still not talking about the nursing home deaths. They're only talking about the sexual harassment. Just like Tracy said, it's very important, but people are dead. They're not just harassed, they're dead.
And that's what makes me the angriest about this whole thing. There are 15,000 people that will never breathe again. There are 15,000 families that have suffered the loss of a loved one because he just got off of it. I agree with you, Charles. He should be facing criminal charges for this, but he won't, because again, Blue MAGA with their "we drunk the Kool-Aid." We're just. What about Trump? I don't care about Trump. He's not in office anymore.
Right.
I care about people that are currently in office, and until yesterday, he was currently in office. And I'm not too hopeful of the takeover governor, because I've read some stuff. I'm like, she kind of shady too, but give her a chance. I don't live in New York. I'm almost thankful. But it just really infuriates me that the media does this over and over again. It's always the crime of sex that they put the attention on, and completely ignored the bribes that he took. The 15,000 people that are dead. Cuts in Medicare. How do you cut Medicare in the time of a pandemic? How do you look yourself in the mirror and say, you know what? They don't need Medicare. They don't need it. No.
Right.
What? I'm literally like, wait a minute. You all skipped all of that and it took this embarrassment?
They don't care about the poors.
No.
They don't care about the poors or the old.
Did you see his resignation speech? I think that's what got me angry. His resignation speech was, I'm doing this for the people, and so we don't get so long. I'm like, boy, if you don't shut your mouth, if you don't shut your lying mouth.
Well, you know what?
Right.
I hear it's a lot of people out there that don't even care. They still love Cuomo.
Oh yeah, because Trump is responsible for 500,000 deaths. What does that 15K mean? Talk to one of those family members. They'll tell you in a minute.
Oh, or no, I got which one is worse? 500,000 deaths or 15? How about 515,000 deaths are bad? How about that? I mean, where is this false equivalency? Is what's making me like, I'm so done with the Democrat. I can't no more. They logically make no sense to me. I'm like, he's doing the same thing Trump is doing. He's just doing it in a state and not a country. And to think that y'all was wanting him to be president, certainly not me, because he held good press conferences. Well, whippity-doo. Can I shout now, or do I get to wait for the organ music? Because this makes no sense to me. I'm like, why? What is the people?
It's not that I wanted him to be president. It's that Trump didn't need to be the president.
Absolutely.
Well, that's absolutely correct.
That's what it came down to. Who else is gone? Nobody else was up there to challenge Trump. So, we stuck with Biden here for
but was
a minute.
he really challenging Trump? I mean, you look at his press conferences. Basically, he got up there and said, "Wash your hands, social distance." Well, shoot, I could have said the same thing and ran for president. I'm over 35. I'm an American citizen.
And he just reinforced what everybody already was thinking about Trump. That doesn't make you presidential. That makes you an American.
But then you have Trump saying, embrace it, herd immunity.
Oh, he was an idiot, for sure.
Just the opposite. So it wasn't that Trump wasn't running against Biden. Trump was running against the pandemic and the pandemic virus and the racial pandemic. That's
and the economy, because it took a but he still almost made it. Like, he was only like 7,000 short of being the next president again. But the crazy thing is, though, don't let the smooth taste fool you. What they won't tell you is the same time Trump was doing his shenanigans where he was saying it's like a flu, it'll go away, it's just like the cold. He refused to shut down his schools just to one up de Blasio, who wanted to shut down his schools. So he played games with people's lives from the beginning.
Hello, this is Tracy, and I want to let you know that the video that you just watched is just a snippet. And to see the whole wonderful episode, you need to be a Patreon. The link to be a Patreon is in the description section. Please check it out and please support. We need as much support as possible. Remember, you can always subscribe to our page and be notified when we get new videos. But if you want to see the whole video in its entirety, unedited, just off the cuff, no filters, no anything, be a Patreon. You can start as low as just $1 per month or $5 per month. We'll start to have polls. Sometimes I'll drop into the Patreon once we get a couple more members. But again, I just want to encourage you to support us on the Patreon. The link is in the description, and have a fantastic day. Bye-bye.